So, NewJeans has officially declared there were never ever getting back together moment with HYBE and ADOR, and it's messier than a Makjong K-drama plotline. The group announced a public contest to rename themselves, because apparently, running away from their label isn't enough. They need a whole new identity to match their victim narrative. Their new social media account, John's for Free, is already racking up engagement like it's the hottest debut, with thousands of fans eagerly suggesting new names. Judging by the situation, though, maybe NewJeans or Contractivators would be fitting options. But wait, it gets better. In a separate statement, NewJeans claimed that ADOR and HYBE tried to divide the members by reaching out to their parents behind their backs. Let's unpack this for a moment. You want us to believe that ADOR, the same company that catapulted you to stardom, suddenly became the villain trying to ruin your oh-so-harmonious dynamic? And let's not forget the cherry on top. Their parents, who allegedly received these calls, have openly supported their every move, including their partnership with Min Hee-jin, the same woman embroiled in legal disputes with HYBE. How exactly does this division work when everyone in your camp is sipping from the same chaotic teacup? It's laughable. This entire ordeal reeks of entitlement, sure. ADOR and HYBE are no saints. No K-pop company is. But for NewJeans to claim moral high ground while blatantly ignoring their own contractual obligations is rich. They've thrown around accusations of harassment and attacks with zero tangible evidence, all while turning their fans into foot soldiers in their messy PR war. This is a classic example in what people call the blind leading the blind. Let's talk about how NewJeans decided to align themselves with Min Hee-jin in this whole mess. Hiring the same law firm representing the former ADOR CEO, who's currently in her own legal feud with HYBE, is a masterstroke of bad optics. Not only does it scream petty, but it also raises serious questions about their judgment. Are we supposed to believe that a group so eager to paint themselves as victims just happened to choose the same legal team as one of the industry's most controversial figures? Either they're incredibly naive, or this is a calculated move to align themselves with someone who's been publicly discredited in hopes of gaining leverage. Spoiler alert, it's not working. And let's not forget their claims of ADOR and HYBE harassing them. If filing lawsuits to enforce contracts and prevent illegal promotions constitutes harassment, then what exactly do NewJeans call their own behavior? They've not only breached their contracts, but have also weaponized their popularity to rally fans against their former management. The audacity to accuse ADOR of manipulation while staging a public campaign to drag them through the mud is astounding. ADOR's official statement, which, in this messy saga, is the only voice of reason amidst all the chaos. ADOR has made it abundantly clear that NewJeans contracts are still very much in effect, and any attempts by the group to rebrand or sign independent deals are outright violations of those agreements. In simpler terms, NewJeans' attempt to rename themselves through a public contest and operate independently is not just a bold move, it's a colossal breach of contract. For those unfamiliar with how K-pop contracts work, the idols are bound to their agencies for all activities under their stage name, branding, and promotions. So when ADOR files injunctions to protect their legal rights, they're not just being petty. They're upholding the very system that sustains K-pop as a global industry. ADOR's stance is crystal clear. The group's contracts are still binding, and the company is prepared to enforce them through legal channels. The statement also highlights how NewJeans' actions undermine not only their management but also the entire system of trust and cooperation that K-pop agencies rely on to function. If NewJeans succeeds in this reckless stunt, it sets a dangerous precedent for other idols to break contracts and act unilaterally without consequence. What's baffling is how their fans continue to frame this as some heroic act of rebellion when, in reality, it's just a legal disaster waiting to happen. At this point, ADOR's patience is starting to look saintly, because if it were any other company, NewJeans would be facing a much harsher response. At this point, it's hard to tell whether NewJeans is genuinely misguided or just playing an elaborate game of victim chess. Either way, their actions are making it crystal clear that they're prioritizing short-term fan support over long-term career stability. Launching a public rebranding campaign while embroiled in a legal battle is not the genius move they think it is. Instead, it screams desperation and immaturity. The K-pop industry is not kind to those who burn bridges, and right now, NewJeans is setting their career on fire. The sad part is, they've got the talent and potential to be one of the greats, but their inability to handle conflict professionally might just turn them into a cautionary tale. At the end of the day, the real losers here aren't ADOR, HYBE, or even Min Hee-jin, even though she's a loser. It's NewJeans, who are rapidly becoming the architects of their own downfall.